know, when we just turn on the YouTube, it's like
Right.
there are a ton of people just speaking English perfectly, and
Right.
it's not realistic.
Like
Yeah.
whenever people say, yeah, like you should do perfectly, I'm like, okay, what is perfect? That question comes up.
How did you actually practice English? I mean, your routine. Could you explain about that?
When I had to learn English as a kind of like beginner, I didn't want to force myself to study a lot. It's because I know that if I force me to study English, I don't think I would like that. I could not enjoy studying English. So like I just chose easy way. While I was doing makeup, I just tried to listen English. I just did like shadowing things. Like, you know, you can just find it on YouTube. And also, I like to save money too. So I didn't want to.
Could you introduce yourself in Japanese?
はい。はじめまして、若菜と言います。私は生まれも育ちも日本で、ずっと、日本の文化に触れて生きてきました。1ヶ月前にカナダからバンクーバーから帰国したばかりで、バンクーバーではカフェのバリスタとして働いてました。7ヶ月ほどで、バンクーバーに行く前は2ヶ月だけフィリピンの英語の留学に行ってました。今回このような貴重な時間をいただけて嬉しく思います。よろしくお願いします。
You are the barista.
Yeah, I worked as a barista. Just 7 months in Vancouver. Yes.
Yeah.
I liked my job so much. So much.
Could you tell more stories about working in Vancouver
Okay,
as
yeah.
a barista?
Of course, of course.
How was that? How was your experience?
Yeah, this was great, but I think it's because like all my regular customers, well, like all our regular customers are very nice.
Yeah.
They're just like, so in Vancouver, we have a lot of immigrants. It's not really rare that Japanese people work in the cafe or like, you know, in the restaurant or something.
Yeah.
So like, even when I cannot really say anything correctly in English, they're just very patient. They're just like, okay, I'm gonna wait what you wanna say. So like I can have a time what I wanna say.
Yeah.
And then I just say like, oh sorry, that's the word that I wanted to say. And then they're like, okay, wow. You know, like we had like casual conversation, and I love that so much. We also have a lot of regular customers, and then like some of them like invite me to hang out or like to have a dinner, to have lunch. So like I interact with them a lot. I love that so much. Actually, even though like I left Vancouver 1 month ago, but I still text with them. The one I worked at was such a like local cafe. So we have only like very nice and then local customers. So,
It's so nice you have the time with the locals.
I know.
Just in a very natural way.
Yeah, one of the reasons why I choose local cafe, because you know, like even in Vancouver, I can see a lot of Starbucks or something like famous all over the world. But I didn't want to apply for that kind of job because I know that I can just be like a robot, you know?
Yeah.
I could be just like, oh yeah, what can I get for you? Okay, that's your one. Okay, next. You know, I could be like that, but I didn't want to choose that way.
Yeah.
Because that's not what I want to do, you know?
Yes.
I wanted to interact with the people.
It's not kind of experience you want, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Just do the work. I mean.
Yeah, exactly. It's not what I want to do. Just like take an order and then make a drink. That was not what I want to do. So I only apply for kind of like local cafe, not for like Starbucks. Because I didn't want to do that.
You just chose the small one.
Yeah.
So that you can have more connect with the local people, so that you can have more great experience.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's a really nice choice.
I think so too. I think so too, honestly. I'm very glad that I had that choice. I don't have any regrets in Vancouver life.
So why you choose Vancouver?
So like I had 3 choices before I decided going to Vancouver. So the first one was like, how can I say? I just wanted to do volunteer, honestly, because like I was in a kind of like volunteer club for lost children. I was thinking like, okay, I think I can just do volunteer work all over the world. Honestly, what I wanted to do was not improve my English. It was just like second goal for me.
Yeah.
My first goal was to know world. So that's why like I had three options of it. Like so the first one was just like volunteer, like you know, because I wanted to know about world. That sounds very nice for me. So that was the first option.
Yes.
And the second one was folkehøjskole. I don't know if that's a correct English pronunciation, but that was like from Denmark. I was very interested in Denmark educational system since I was junior high school student. So like I really wanted to go there. That was the second option for me. Third one was of course going to Canada. The reason why I choose Canada was because they have co-op program. You can just go to school half of the time and then like you can work as a, just like a kind of like working holiday. Because I didn't want to choose working holiday is because like I knew that I could be just hang out with my friend without speaking English.
Yes.
I was very worried about that situation, so I wanted to force me to use English. So yeah, I chose Canada. Co-op program is only in Canada. So that's why I choose Canada. I had three options. So the first one, I was thinking like, okay, even if I go to just other country as a volunteer worker, I don't think I could not do anything. It's because, you know, I was just a university student. Even if I go there, I was just like one of the workers, you know? It's not helpful for them.
Yeah.
So I was like, maybe not. I don't think I cannot get any skill there. And the second one, folkehøjskole is for to know what you should do in our life. But I also think like, so I'm from Japan, right? But in Japanese culture, like to think about what should I do in life, it's not really like, it's not worth it. It's just like, okay, you just focus on yourself. That sounds like too selfish, like especially for older people. So when you go to the like job hunting interview and then explain about what I did, okay, I focus on myself. I like doing like drawing or like listening to music, and then I found that life should be like that. If I say that in interview, that sounds like, okay, so what did you do there, right? But like, you know, our life, we need music. We have to know what is our preference, right? So like, I wanted to learn about that so much, but I just felt like it's not worth for Japanese culture. That's the reason why I didn't choose the second one. And then that last one, Canada, was like, if I go to school and then had a job, that sounds like perfect, right? Like, oh, so you were in other country and then you went to school and then you work. It's like, wow, so you did a lot of things. You must have skill. You know, like people think that way. What I wanted to do is just like knowing the world. So I was like, okay, maybe going to Canada is the best option for me.
Yeah.
So that's why I choose Canada.
There are a lot going on.
Yeah, of course. of course.
Yeah.
It's not easy for going out. Yeah, but like as I said, my first goal was not focusing on to improve my English because I know that should not be like that, right? Like I still feel like English is still one of the tools to communicate with the people. It's never become like for test or like to show what I can do. Because you know, if you go to other country, you can see a lot of native speakers.
Yeah.
You cannot say that.
They don't
like,
care.
Yeah, right? Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, so what? Right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I still believe English is just one of the tools of like for communicating with people. Even though I'm trying too hard, I still make a mistake a lot. Like especially grammars. Like when I text with my friend, I don't know if my grammar is correct or not. Especially when I talk with my friend, I don't care about grammar. Well, I care. But it's not like I care too much. I try not to care.
When you speak English.
Yeah, with my friend especially. Like, you know, because they don't care. If we can communicate, if we can understand each other, it's not really important.
But sometimes people feel hard about the possibility to make a mistake.
Yeah, right.
So I wonder you have the same kind of fears.
Yeah, of course.
I
Of course.
see.
But it's more like I'm just enjoying talking with a friend. You know, it's not like I'm trying not to care, but it's more like I want to tell what I feel to people. And also I want to know what they want to say to me. You know, it's just like, you know, I'm from Japan, so like
Yes.
I'm a native Japanese. If foreigners talk to me in Japanese, if they make a mistake in grammar, I don't care if I can understand what they're saying. Yeah, mistake is just one of the process of learning. This is what my friend told me before. Everything is just like a experiment. That's the thing my friend told me. If you mistake, you just got the result that you mistake. If you mistake, you can go another way. It's not like the end of the world. People can mistake. In a lot of way. I know that especially in Asian culture, it's like we can't have any mistake, and I still feel it honestly. But after I heard that opinion about life, I'm like, that's so true. If I made a mistake, I can choose another way, and then another way could be correct. That's how I feel about life right now, and it's same as English. So yeah, like English is also the same.
Your point is there is no way but to making mistake to improving English and like life. We can't just prove ourselves without just challenging ourselves.
Exactly. Like if we don't have any mistake, we can't even know that if that's a right way or not. Because we don't know. If we only know one way, we just believe that that way is correct. But you should doubt yourself in that way. Like, is that the right way?
I wonder what was your first struggle when you starting this journey of learning English. And could you explain about studying English in Japan? Because you are Japanese. Born and raised here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What I experienced is like, since we're elementary school student, we start to learn English, right? Just like suddenly native speaker come to like class, and then they just talk in English, and then we're like, but I don't know why it's going on. Yeah, native speaker come to school, and then like they have like a class in a week or something, and then like they just talk us in English, but of course we don't know what they're talking about. Let me be clear, I was stupid in elementary school. What I did in that class, okay, so my friend says it's Friday. Okay, it's Friday. I have to say it's Friday. Okay, it's Friday. You know, it's like that. Like I didn't even understand what is Friday. I think it's like everyone's start, right? When I was in junior high school student, I was kind of good at English. So honestly, I was not really struggling with grammar. It's because I studied a lot. And then like high school, okay, I started to hate English so much. It's because high school English is crazy. It's too much. It is too much. It's so crazy. And also like we have to study for university exam, right? I hated that so much. I don't even think that I can answer some of the questions. It's because like they try to make us mistake. They always ask us detailed grammar things or something like that. Like whenever they have a question, it's just like, okay, this is a sentence, you should tell us what's the wrong grammar. It's like, what? I don't know. Right? So I hated English so much when I was high school. And then like after I went to university, I didn't study English for like 3 years or something. Let me be clear, I hated English at the time.
Because of the experience.
Because of
it's kind of stressful.
Just like we have to study, we have to get a high score. I hated that because I don't know, like why do I have to remember such a detailed things, you know? I hated that so much.
Korea is same.
Oh, right? I know.
They are so obsessed with the score, so to get a perfect scores.
I didn't study English at all, but as I said, I wanted to know about world. And as I said, like I believe that not only English, but language is just one of the tools of communicating with people. When I felt that I want to know about world, then that means that I think I should learn English so that I can understand people more.
Why do you have a interest to know the world?
I think my first reason why I started to is like knowing Denmark. I still remember when I was junior high school student, I was very interested in who is from Finland, and then she argued that she should care about world for having sustainable future to Trump president. She argued that to Trump that we should care about the world to have sustainable world, and I felt really like shocked, or like I was very impressed that to her, because you know like she was still like 30 years old or something, like it was almost same as like me, I guess. But she just said that to Trump. I was like, what the? Like, what? She is so cool. So I think that was the first reason why I started to interest in other countries. But then also, I don't really like to only see one perspective for everything. I like to see from a lot wide angle. For example, if you fight with your friend, I don't really like to listen from one person. It's because that's like just one person's perspective, right?
Right, yeah.
I really hate it. So I like to know both perspective. That's my personality. That's the first reason. So like I didn't like only see this something from Japanese perspective. I like to know from others' perspective too.
Yeah.
So it's not even like I wanted to go to other country. It's more like I just want to know. It's more like I think I'm interested in people. I would say what people think or like what people feel,
what they think.
Yeah, exactly.
The reason why I ask this question is there is always a reason behind learning language. We need a strong motivations to finish these journeys. Was it possible for you to communicate in English after you graduate school?
So when I was junior high school student, I studied junior high school English because I had basic grammars. I could tell what I want to say. Not easily, of course, but kinda.
Didn't you push yourself?
I tried to push myself to study English hard, but I did only 3 days when I...
when you just force you to...
Exactly.
I have to study English.
Yeah, so like first day, on the first day, I studied a lot. Like I did like 3 hours
kind
or
of.
something. Yeah, right? Second day, I'm like, okay, I did 3 hours yesterday. I can do 1 hour. And then third day, I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna do 10 minutes. The next day, I'm like, no.
Yeah.
I was like that. I didn't like that.
But it's most of people still approach in that way. Some people said you should study English in this way.
Yeah.
So people just follow their way, even though they don't like it.
Yeah.
And it kind of a bit problem for them because it's hard for them to enjoy the process, and eventually they get to the point where they just stop.
Yeah. I totally agree with that. Like, but I think it's also only Asian culture like to force us to learn English. Like especially in Europe, they don't really study English. It's like for them they watch movie in English, but it's because like they don't have their language version. That's their way. And I know a lot of European can speak English. Like even in Denmark. Actually, I went to Denmark before. Yeah, they have their own language, but all the people, like including older people and also younger people, can speak English, which is because they are watching movie in English. They're reading book in English or something like that. I just feel like learning English from like grammar or like reading or like force us to study English is only in Asia. I guess, I'm not sure honestly.
Most of the people still use the traditional way.
Yeah, but I also know that that's the reason why we still don't really have a lot of good English speaker too. Well,
you saw the people watching dramas and movies, reading books, kind of learning English in a very natural way.
Yeah, exactly. Just feel like everything is should be like that. Like even like when you wanna improve something, like if you want to play a guitar or something, if you force yourself to learn how to play guitar, your motivation is not like I wanna play a guitar so bad. I wanna show that I can play a guitar. It's more like, okay, I wanna play a guitar because I wanna sing this song with the guitar, or like, oh, I think that this guitarist is really cool. When you want to learn something, it should be with something fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like it's never become like, oh, I want to show that I can do it. You know, it's not like that. You should have fun, or like you should have your own goal, not for
just
standing
being
out yourself.
perfect or showing off.
Yeah,
My score is perfect.
Yeah, especially in Asian culture, I feel like we study English for job hunting, I would say. Or like wanna get a high salary or something. Okay, you can get a high score, but do you think after you get high score, you can interact with people? Is that the one that you wanted to do?
It's losing the purpose of learning English.
Yeah, right, exactly. It's not like, you know, like, I don't know what's the goal to learn English. I think it just depends on the person. I know that some people just said just get a high score in a test. After they get high score, they don't study anymore, and then they forgot English. I saw a lot of people like that.
Maybe their most important purpose is just getting a job.
Yeah, I think so. And then I respect that. But for me, English is not for getting high score. I just want to interact with people, to know people. You know, if I can speak English, I will have a lot of people that I can understand what their life like, or like what their value in their life, you know, so that I can improve myself too, right? Yeah, that's what I wanted to do by learning English.
You can learn from others.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's what I wanted to do.
As we just said, setting goals for like what we want to do is more important to make our process more enjoyable.
Exactly. Like, if you just want to get a high score on a test, it's still fine. Like, I really respect about it. It's really great. But like, if you want to improve your English to communicate with people, your goal should not be to get a high score in a test or something. It's because like these days I study for TOEIC test, and I made a mistake a lot. But you know, I still can talk in English.
You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, I know that communicating with people is never become like getting high score in a test. Their goal and also their process should be different. Yeah, so I would say it just depends on what they want to do in their future.
Because you succeed, you got results. So
sorry, I don't really want to say I'm succeed.
I just let me be clear. So
okay, thank
my
you.
definition of success is just achieve what I want to do. I mean, if you want to just make a new friends when you are in Vancouver or something like that, and if you did that, I mean that is a success. So my point is success is not perfect.
Okay, that's a good point. Okay. But yeah, still, I kind of want to say one thing.
Yeah.
Because like, I always feel like people who are talking about what they learn something is always someone who succeed in their life. But of course, there is someone who didn't succeed. But I still feel like they're just on their process. You know what I mean? It's not the end of the world. They can success.
So we are at a different
just like
point
they're
of time.
Exactly.
But we can all be success.
Yeah, that's my belief. So that's why I don't really want to say like I'm success. You know, I don't know if I'm success or not, but and also like like only the person who succeeded in their life can say something cool, right? You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I did this way, I did this way, that's why, you know, like you should look at me and you should learn from me. But, well, I know that there is someone who are struggling with to improve themselves, but I really respect them. And also I know that they could be, but it's more like they're just on their process. I also want to say, please don't compare yourselves to anyone. You're just on your stage. And that's really cool that you're trying too hard. And I also understand that when people say something about what you're doing, like for example, when they like, oh, like you should do this way, you should do this way. Of course, you doubt yourself. I doubted myself too. But please believe yourself. Because as you said, like success should be different, depends on person, right? It should not be like he is success. Like he is success. How can I say he succeeded? What's the English? I don't know. Okay, I don't know English.
It's okay. If we just say success can be translated like achieving or financially.
Yeah,
it could
exactly.
be just very limited.
Yeah, right. Like, I mean, but like, could it be everything, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I think from other expectation, success means like, oh, you're rich or like you can speak English, but it's not like that. If you set the goal by yourself and if you succeed your goal by yourself, it's like, okay, like you succeed. You don't need anyone's compliments. You should give a compliments by yourself because you did great, you know? That's what I believe.
It's very beautiful, I think it's hard to compliment ourselves.
Right.
Especially these days.
I'm having a hard time about it, honestly. But maybe that's why I want to say that to everyone.
Maybe there was something you felt hard when you
really? I do. I do. People has history, of course. But you know, when you have a hard time, is the time that you can improve yourself. That's what I believe too.
It's very important to get through the hard times to improve and
everything.
I think what we just said is many people have the same issues like mentally. Because these days is when we just turn on the YouTube, it's like there are a ton of people just speaking English perfectly and it's not realistic.
Like whenever people say like you should do perfectly, I'm like, okay, what is perfect? That question comes up.
How did you actually practice English? I mean, your routine. Could you explain about that?
When I had to learn English as a kind of like beginner, I didn't want to force myself to study a lot. It's because I know that if I force me to study English, I don't think I would like that. I could not enjoy studying English. So like I just chose easy way. While I was doing makeup, I just tried to listen English. I just did like shadowing things. Like you can just find it on YouTube. And also I like to save money too. So I didn't want to spend money for it. So so I just choose like I can just use like free like shadowing English channel and I just press it and I'm like okay but I didn't want to force me to do that, so I just like when I feel like I don't want to do that, I just choose like okay, I'm not gonna do this today, I'm gonna do this tomorrow. I guess I try not to feel pressure or like I try not to force me to study English so hard. I think that worked so much for me. After I started to like shadowing, and also like I choose kind of like easy one. It just say like one simple sentence, and also after it says like English sentence 3 times, and then I just repeat it, and then like of course I didn't mostly understand, but later they say Japanese, so I was like okay, that sentence was that meanings. Okay, well just go ahead, like just next, and then. I listen 3 times, same sentence, and then I try to repeat it, and then listen Japanese, and then okay, I didn't know that that's meanings of the sentence, you know? So I just choose such an easy one, easy one, because I didn't like English. I didn't like to study English, so I just choose like easy one, and then like after I wake up, I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna brush my teeth, or like I'm just gonna wash my face, and I was like, oh, I can just say it in English, like that was my first step, I guess. It was not like studying English by using a book or something. Well, I did too, but I also was listening to others' way of studying English, and then people say that to me like, okay, like you should learn grammar hard, or like you should try to hard to improve your English skill. So I was like, okay, I think I should do that way too, but I didn't like do that so much. It's like I chose to do both, like while I'm doing making up and just listening to the YouTube, and then like I studied English just like 30 minutes, or like sometimes like just even like 1 minute or something, because I didn't want to do that. Like 1 minute, sometimes 1 minute, and then like doing shadowing, but like sometimes 10 minutes and then shadowing, sometimes 1 hour and then shadowing, like it was like that.
Just depends on your mood.
Exactly, because but I only decided I'm gonna just listen English while I'm doing makeup, because that's the easiest things for me. That's the easiest step for me to learn English, kind of
combine something together you like.
Exactly. Like if you like walking around, you can just listen something like podcast. I think podcast is too hard for beginner. I tried before, but I didn't understand anything.
Yeah,
It didn't
right.
work.
Yeah.
It didn't work. Something is playing, but I don't know. I don't know what is this, you know?
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
you should just choose such an easy one.
It's not working.
Not working, never. You should choose your level. That's
Yeah.
the first thing. Just set it such a small goal. If you feel that you achieved that goal, you will be like, okay, wow, I can do this. And then you are like getting set a higher goal.
Yes.
But you should not set such a higher goal first because it's never work. It never work.
Right.
I experienced that. You just start to like doubt yourself, and then you feel like you don't have confidence of doing anything. So I recommend just set a small step and then like, you know, just like step by step. Step by step, step by step, step by step, right?
When you are practicing English, did you actually care about your level of English? I mean,
Yeah, I did. I honestly didn't even choose easy English channel because I thought I could do better, but I just couldn't. So it was kind of hard to accept that I could not understand like long sentences because I thought I could. Because you know, I studied English when I was junior high school. I thought I could understand this sentence, but I don't understand, you know? The first thing that you should do is like accepting that you can't do that much.
yeah.
But that's the hardest point, I think. I would say just you should know what is your actual level. If you understand your level and then just set easy things, you feel like you can do more. But if you think that you can do like this level, and then if you cannot do like this level, you feel like you can't do anything and you don't want to do anything, right? You don't want to do anything more. So I just set that goal like here, and then like, you know, it's always like that. It was always like that.
What you just said is if we just set our goals like studying, practicing English over an hour a day is kind of too high.
Yeah, I know that some people can study English 1 hour easily, but I believe it's not for everyone, and most of the people can't do that because it's so hard. The first step is just like, I think, okay, I try to listen English every day still now after I came back to Japan. I just still set a goal very low. So like, for example, I just listen English song. Like, as I said, while I'm doing makeup, I'm just gonna listen English song and I don't study anything. Like, I still do that. Right? Like, you don't really have to set like time. You can just focus on like what you did. You know what I mean? Like, if you press the button of like English video, like English song, you try to study English, right? And I think that's really great. You know, like everyone cannot do that, right? I still set the goal really low so that I can have confidence in myself, and also I can have like joy studying English too.
By doing so, it gives us some kind of feelings that something achieved, and
exactly,
and that makes
exactly.
you keep going. And
Right.
You said about shadowings. How long does it take to actually feel I'm improved in that way?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of like additional things, honestly. But because I went to the Philippines to learn English, right?
Yeah.
When I talked with my teacher and also with like students there, I also, of course, felt very nervous of my English. I was like, I don't think I can talk in English. I don't think no one can understand my English.
Yeah.
But I think because of shadowing, I would say, my English teacher was surprised at me like, well, wow, like you're speaking really good English. Like, why do you think that you're not good at English? I'm like, what? She actually asked me like how I studied English when I was in Japan. And then I said the exactly same thing. I just do shadowing while I was doing makeup. Yeah. I just say the exactly same thing, and she was like, really? Of course, she had a lot of Japanese students, and she was like, well, I thought Japanese people can't speak English that much level. I was like, really? I think it's also because like I try to say what I feel in English when I was in Japan too. When you cannot explain what you feel in your language,
Yeah.
you can't explain what you want to say in English, right? Yeah, that's what I did. Like when I wake up, I try to say what I'm doing in English, just in my brain, doing shadowing.
Shadowing.
Yeah.
It's really nice. While you're doing something
Yeah.
others, but you just try to make sentence in your brain
Yeah.
so that you can practice speaking and at the same time by doing the shadowing
Exactly.
you can improve
Exactly.
listening and
So yeah, that's why I don't know how much I studied English. You know
just
what I mean?
because you didn't think about that.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
It's
you
like
enjoy the process.
yeah, exactly. It's just like I question myself, like, oh, how I can say that in English.
You don't think about something I should do today.
No.
Just doing like
Yeah.
as you do the makeup.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a nice point.
So yeah, it's like when you can say something in your language, that means that you can say it in English,
Yeah.
right?
So most of people think in a way that if I need to be fluent in English, I should study over 1 year or 2 years, like set the time, and then I should do that, and it's kind of a bit stressful, right?
Yeah, like
But in your way, it's like don't think about how long does it take.
no.
Just enjoy for 5 minutes, or sometimes
like
it could be long.
yeah,
or
no,
short.
it's just like I questioned myself, like how I can say that in English. You know? That's just I always try to question myself.
Yes.
Like, oh, how I can say that in English. Like it's so easy. Like when you are eating something, and then if you find vegetables in your dishes, you can just question to yourself, how do you call this in English, right? It's so easy, and you can just touch it, right?
Have some questions.
Yeah, I
and
feel like
it just-
question is the best way to learn everything, because that question comes from you, right? So it's not like you force yourself to learn something. It's more like, oh, what is this, right? It's more like genuine.
Genuinely want to find
Yeah,
out
exactly.
what that is, and it just helps us to
Yeah.
keep that in mind and memorize it, and
Yeah, exactly.
it's kind of great way to learn
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
Now you are fluent, right?
Well,
Yeah.
I hope I could say yes, but
So-
yeah.
You said the reason you start to learn English is you want to expand your thought, or you want to learn the word. So now you had an experience, right?
Right.
So so could you explain how good that is? Because now you know that.
That's a great question, actually.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, okay. I think it's kind of cultural things too, but like when I was in Japan, I was thinking like I was the only one who thinks a lot. I'm such an overthinker, and then like I'm such a negative person. I always have a lot of problem. I was thinking like that, but after I went to other country and then knowing other people's perspectives, I was like, wow, people has just like same problem in their life. But like because in Asian culture, we don't try to say that to in public, right? Even if we have a problem in your life, we don't say that. Like we feel like, oh, we should not say that or something like that. Like, oh, I guess it's only for me, it's not for others or something like that. But when I was in Canada, I talked with a lot of people. They're just very open to like their problems or like what they're trying to do or something like that. And then so after I know that people have problem in their life and then like trying to go through a lot of things, I felt like, okay, I'm not alone. You know, like people are just saying, like I kind of feel like I can accept myself when I do overthinking.
Because now you know that you are not alone.
Yeah, I'm not
People
alone.
just
Like,
overthink.
yeah,
a
I'm not
lot.
an only overthinker. Like people
and
think about their life,
Yeah.
and that's so normal, right?
Yeah, right. But now you know that because
Yeah.
you met many people
Yeah.
in Vancouver, and you kind of accept you more than before.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so.
and-
I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I know that some people can just meet, I would say, key person in your country. But I think if you can speak English, it's much easier for you to find that kind of people because you know you will have a possibility to talk with more people.
Yeah.
It's just like you're gonna have a lot of numbers, right?
Right.
So I only speak Japanese. I can only talk with Japanese people, and then
Yeah.
it's just hard to find it. But if I can speak English, I can just find a lot of people in this
to
world.
talk to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
what I feel.
You don't need to just be at one place.
Yeah, exactly. I don't have to stick to be in Japan. I can go anywhere.
And I know that your friendship is international, so could you explain how feels that is?
Well, honestly, for me, it's the same as when I'm with Japanese people. It's not, I don't really feel like, oh, I'm with friends from other countries. It's just like, I'm with my friend, you know? But if I say there's only different, like if I try to find a difference between being with my friend and then like international friend, it's just like language barrier. That's the hardest thing. Still like even today I hung with my Canadian friend, but I couldn't say a lot of words in the right way. And then she always helps me. Of course, like I sometimes can't say what I want to say in English, like and then I just sometimes being quiet is because, you know, when you feel that you cannot say it in English, it's like you just have to be quiet.
Thank you for explaining about your journey and your method. It is really inspirational for me, and I believe my audience is also get some value from it. So lastly, I'd like to ask you about the question that if there is one thing you want to tell someone who got struggled to communicate in English, what do you want to say to them?
So yeah, I would say if you're in like other country, if you live in other country, like as a student or like as a worker or something, I would say you are in such a great situation. You should try to talk with someone. I know that it's so hard for you to just talk with someone suddenly or like randomly, but I would really recommend you to talk with someone because it's very hard to have that kind of opportunity in your country. That's for someone who lives in other countries. And then if you are not in that situation, still you can try to say what you want to do in English. I would say you don't really have to set a high goal by yourself. You can just like set the goal such a like low level. I would recommend like you can make your daily goal by yourself and then like just try to say in English, you know, like okay, I'm gonna do this today, just say it in English, you know. I think that's a very easy first step. And if you think that you don't know how to say it in English, you can just search it, you can search it, you know, you have Google translation.
Yes, you got Google
or ChatGPT. Yeah, we have a lot of like way to learn English these days. You don't have to force yourself to learn English. Please try to enjoy study English so that, well, I would say you will improve English without knowing yourself, because I was like that.
Thank you for sharing your story today. I hope your story would helpful for people who watching this video. So thanks again and see you later. Bye.
Bye. 감사합니다.